Hi, hello there. Pardon my appearance, I just washed my hair, but I realized I didn't start vlogging yet, so I guess this is the intro. I might film a better intro when I'm done or later on, but for now this is what I got. I already started MDZ's book 2. She's right here. Let me put my camera down. Is this going to be too low? My mic's in the way. Yeah, that's not what we want. Oh boy. Where's my tripod? Oh, it's over there. Hold on. Boys! There we go. That's still high, isn't it? Hola! Yeah, you can also see the rest of my TBR in the background. But I started MDZS. I started it in February. I don't remember when, but I think it was at the beginning of February. And then I got even deeper into a reading slump. I swear, after finishing TGCF, my reading slump, hold on. Yeah, there. Now I'm centered. After finishing TGCF, my reading slump skyrocketed. I'm sideways. Hold on. I'm not centered. After finishing TGCF, I got into a slump, and I thought I got out of it after reading just manga and just taking it slow in January. So I started MDZS in February, and I think it's also because I realize now that the first book finished off kind of strangely, especially because in the second book you get thrown right back into the story as if it's just like the next chapter. So it kind of threw me off at the beginning, but I'm currently on page 38, so not that far in, literally this far. But I think I'm slowly getting out of my reading slump, especially because I also read a different book in February. I read This Poison Heart, and I have also a bunch of other books on my TBR for this month. 2 of these are for a book I'll pick, and then another one is for a future video. But yes, so I'm hoping to actually be able to get through this, and yeah, I think I'll probably, because I have audiobooks for these other books, so if I'm ever like feeling like slumpy to be able to get back out of it, I'll probably just listen to an audiobook and then continue MDZS in between, because Steph also wants to start. Also, tell me why this first chapter is literally half of this book. Hold on. It's separated into different parts, but I know, hold on. Where is it? Yeah, literally this is one chapter. Like, Bestie and MXDX could have definitely just separated the different parts of the first chapter into, you know, actual chapters. That would have been perfect. Now I'm intimidated. I think that's also why I feel like kind of like of continuing it, just because the first chapter is so long. I was like, okay, let me read the first chapter in one go, and then we'll see from there. I won't be able to do I won't be able to do that because that's so goddamn long. Also, these images scare the shit out of me. But yes, that's so far. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and read this the most while I'm streaming co-working, just because I'm not always in the mood for reading. So yeah, I have a co-working stream later this week, so I might just do that. I might actually switch from playing a game to co-working, or maybe I'll add a stream. I don't know, we'll see, because Steph also does co-working throughout the week, so I might just join her sprints and read a little bit. But yeah, I think I'm gonna set up a goal. I'm gonna do the same as I did for the last few TGCF books, and that is calculating how many pages I need to read in a day to finish it at a certain point. I'm gonna try and see how many pages I need to read every single day to be able to finish it by the end of the week. Hold on, let me calculate that. Pause. How many pages does this thing have? It has 351. Okay, 351 divided by 7 is 50 pages. If I do co-working, I might be able to do that, but then I really need to concentrate. So I might try and do that either today or tomorrow, because I don't know. I have a stream today where I play Genshin Impact. So I don't know if I'll be able to read, but now I know that to be able to finish this in 1 week, I need to read 50 pages every day, which is doable. I'm hoping if I'm really like in it, I can do it, but that would mean I need to read like all day every day. So yeah, I might just switch from Genshin Impact back to co-working today, because I wasn't planning on streaming today, but then I thought, okay, I need to continue the Archon quest, and then I also need farm for Farina because she's coming out tomorrow. But yeah, so that's the plan. I might just switch tomorrow's stream from Infinite Nikki to Genshin instead, just so that I can, but because, oh no, because then tomorrow Nikki's new quest is also unlocked. That's why I wanted to play Genshin today, so I can continue the Archon quest. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This doesn't matter. Why am I talking about this? But yeah, I will see. I could also just play Genshin on Wednesday instead of today. And then today I can do co-working. I think I'm gonna do that, because I was planning on starting Jade City yesterday on stream, but Steph, because I'm already reading it with Steph, but Steph doesn't have it yet. So I guess I'm gonna get a head start with this, and then the moment that she has Jade City, we're gonna start on that, because I mean, we also have Celestial Monsters. So yes, that's the update for now. I'll probably try to like film while I'm streaming, just so that if I have any updates, I can update right away. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so little update. Oh, the light. There you go. I did get to chapter 9 last night, which was my goal, to where stuff could start. Like, that's my head start. I finished chapter 8, which was split into 5 parts. For some odd reason, I saw that chapter 10, same thing, it's split into, I think, 3 different parts, which I'm still of the opinion that those could have been separate chapters, but that's just me. But yes, I did get to chapter 9. I haven't updated a lot. I think this is only the second clip in this video, which you know, but I'm so far having fun. I guess I didn't update as much just because I didn't have that much to say about it. I'm having a good time. I was very sad just because we started out going to Yi City, it being creepy as hell, and then Lanwanji disappeared, got lost, was gone, and then we meet this blind dude, Xiao Xingchen, I think his name was, and that apparently it wasn't him, it was an imposter, it was a dirtbag, a fucking moron. And then we also meet a little blind ghost, which if I had known I was going to love her that much, I would have prepared tissues. I was so sad. She was so fun. Oh my god. And like the fact that this dude had spent years, apparently, I don't know exactly how long, but it said years, by this other dude's side, just pretending to be his friend. For what reason? Because like, if he wanted to kill him to then make him into like a corpse, a living corpse that he could, like, not a living corpse, but like a zombie that he can then control, why not do that right away? Why like, the moment that he was healed, he could have done it right away, but he didn't. And especially the way that he ended up, like, still holding the candy and like actually not having done that. Like, I have a feeling that he's insane. He's not well, but there's probably a part of him that did grow to like him, and he hated that. So, you know, I was holding hope that he wasn't going to kill him in the end, even though I knew the ending already. Like, we saw the ending before we even saw the start of their story, which made me very sad, especially for Ching. I love her so much. What do you mean? She's a little menace. She's a menace, and I love her for it. But I love their little relationship. It was so cute. What do you mean? Ugh, I'm sad. I'm so sad about them because they were so cute and she helped out so well. She didn't deserve to die. And now this dude is gone because of the fucking gravedigger that stole his corpse to get a tiger lily or some shit. I don't remember what it was. I don't have it in the book next to me right now. Still very confused. But hopefully I'll be less confused since I'm pretty much going to be reading these back to back to back. Oh god, I have cat hair in my nose. Pretty much every month. But yeah, I'm flying through this thing. I'm having a good time. I guess it was a lot harder for me to read through TGCF at the very beginning compared to MDZS. I'm reading MDZS a lot faster than I did TGCF, that's for sure. I need to stop comparing them. I know I say that every time, but it's because TGCF was the very first Dame series I ever read, and so MDZS is the second one. So I'm definitely going to be comparing every Dame series that I read to each other, just because of like reading speed, and especially if I want to recommend my friends a Dame, I want to make sure that I can recommend them the one that's like easier to get into, just because the writing style is different, the storytelling is different, and just like in general, the way that Dames are written and, you know, like put together is very different from like Western books, is because especially like with the backstory stuff, that's my main grievance with it, which is something I talked about a lot in my TGCF vlogs, where the backstories, a lot of them could have been just one-liners or just like pieces of like someone telling a story instead of being like a full backstory arc, which threw me off so quickly. I know I'm not the only one. I heard of a lot of people who actually DNF'd TGCF at book 2 just because they couldn't get through the backstory, which I can understand. I can understand. It's like, it's whiplash. It's like you, one moment you're in the present and then the next, without even announcing it, you're in the backstory, and like you have to figure out, oh, this is no longer present day, this is like we're back, which I wish at the beginning of those chapters they would say like that this is like X amount of time ago or whatever, just like to indicate where we're at right now, just because it was very confusing. But anyways, and actually in MDCS, I know that in book 1 they also did a similar thing where like for an entire chapter it was a backstory, which that I don't mind. Just one chapter where it's just like full of backstory, just like nothing but backstory, I don't mind that. That's what I'm used to. Like when it comes to backstory, like I'm used to like having 1 or 2 chapters thrown in there that tell the backstory of the characters and like what's going on right now, which I'm used to. However, what that compared to TGCF is a lot easier, just because it's shorter for 1, and 2, it's specifically placed to be able to understand the conflict of the main plot that's going on currently. Like in the first book we saw like the history between Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian and the way it started out, and then now in this backstory we saw exactly how Xiao Xingchen died, and also a Qing, and like their relationship, how did Yi City end up like this, why everything was going on the way that it did, and it worked really well. And especially because that was not like thrown in there as like a chapter and you had to figure out it's a backstory. It was literally just like Wei Wuxian, it was literally telling you like, oh yeah, we're going to figure out what the fuck happened with this empathy thing, which I liked. That was a clever way to actually add a backstory to it, which I really enjoyed. At the beginning I was kind of like thrown off because I was like, okay, this is not going to be just like flashes of what happened, we're going to get into it. And I still wish it was still just like, you know, flashes and not the full story, because now I'm sad. I love a Qing so much, and the fact that it ended up with her soul being shattered the same way that Xiao Xingchen's is, I'm fucking sad, dude. I'm sad. But yes, now we're getting drunk. I am so confused with Wenning. Is that his name? The ghost general, whatever his name is. Why was he hanging upside down at the restaurant? And when Wei Wuxian said come down, he just dropped to the floor down below. I love this thing. I love this ghost so much. I still have the very vivid image of him just simply standing there while Lan Wangji was pushing him away. Just him just standing there and being like, just taking it and just being Blake. And I love that. I don't know why. That's pure comedy to me. But yes, I'm hoping to get more updates, depending on how long this vlog will be, just because I'm pretty sure this is so far only the second clip of this vlog. So I know that my last TGCF vlog was only like 30 minutes, so we'll see. Hello. We'll see what this one gives. Yes. I hear noises outside. I was like, what's going on? But yes, we'll see. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with TGCF, where I would add up multiple volumes into one vlog. But I'll probably try and yap some more at the ending about how it's going so far in the series. But we'll see. I am about to fucking crash out. Here I thought that the first time I saw Lan Wangji drunk was bad. That's all for this update, I guess. Okay, I think it's the next day. I think the last update that I filmed is yesterday. And I am this far in. And I just counted and I realized that today I read exactly 50 pages. And I had calculated that to be able to finish it by the end of this week completely, I would have to read at least 38 pages a day. I've read much more than that. I'm already well into what I was supposed to read tomorrow. I mean, I'm reading while I'm waiting for stuff to get home so that we can play some Genshin. But maybe I'm finishing this tomorrow. Not if focusing on my fucking forehead. Oh my god. I just did this and the square, like the focus square that's like tracking my face, just went boom. Okay, anyway, but yes, so far I'm really loving this one. Okay, I'm really enjoying it. However, I don't have that many thoughts right now. I'm on where Wuxian is possessing a piece of paper, a piece of paper, and he just discovered the missing head that we've been looking for the like since book 1 right now. and he's been transported into a memory, I think, of the person, the person whose head just got chopped off, I believe, question mark. Yes, I had my suspicion immediately the moment that, what's his face, the chief cultivator, what the fuck is his name again, Ji Guangyao, I hope I'm saying that right. The moment that he walked up and like was introduced, I was like, this bitch is sus. And I was fucking right. You know what, I don't trust people who just smile for no reason. I'll just like towards anybody and everybody's being like, there's always like the resting smile face. I don't trust it. I don't trust resting smile faces, just because out of every piece of media that I've either watched or read, the moment that there is someone who has a resting smiling face, they turn out to be evil or to be like deranged or something. Exhibit A is Alistair from Hazbin Hotel. Exhibit B is no, not Alistair, but similar to Alistair, the main character Eugene from Good Morning Darling. Then there's also Huashang. I think he also belongs in that category because his resting smile face is always very described as being menacing. I don't trust it ever, and I'm glad I was right, because this bitch is, I didn't completely understand, but from what I understood so far, I don't know if it's going to be revealed later on what exactly he did. What I'm assuming is that he either got his son killed or either killed him himself and then blamed him on someone else to then go and avenge the death of his son, or like he did get murdered and still use that as an excuse to go murk a bitch. I don't think this was actually explained, but it's just like an assumption that I made the moment that he walked on, and like it was said that after they lost their son, the mother basically out of grief was unable to conceive another child. And I was like, this bitch poisoned her. I don't know if I'm right about that part. I was right about assuming that he probably had a part to play in their son's death. But I'm not sure if I'm right about her losing the ability to have a child because he poisoned her. That would have been an extra layer of cruelty, but I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised. But yes, that's where I'm at right now. I'm very confused. I don't know where we're at. I'm assuming this is the memory of the decapitated head. But yes, I'm still not over the whole Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji kiss. I am not. Because I was not expecting it. You know, I think my brain is still very much in TGCF when it comes to Dame. Why am I so close? Because I was going to assume that this was also going to be a slow burn. I'm not saying that it's not a slow burn. Why am I so bright? That's a little too. I guess that's fine. It's probably still not. Anyways, what was I saying? I was just so I assumed it was a slow burn, just like TGCF. Not to say that it isn't a slow burn. I'm pretty sure that it could still be labeled as a slow burn, but they already kissed. Well, considering that MDCS is a lot shorter than MDCS is a lot shorter than TGCF, Jesus fucking Christ. That, you know, it's easy to assume that it would, like, the romance would have been a bit faster than TGCF. But I was still thrown so off guard, and then they just moved on. I loved Wei Wuxian finding out the real meaning behind Lan Wangji's headband. And apparently, like, he has a habit of, like, touching it and, like, you know, trying to remove it. And at first, Lan Wangji was bothered by it, but now he's just basically letting him. I love that little detail, and, like, I love that he's bothered by it, but the moment something comes up, it's like, flees his mind or something. Yeah, just because right before Wei Wuxian was pulled into the memory of the decapitated head, at least I'm assuming that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Wei Wuxian just like touched his lips, and I don't know if it's because the like paper that Wei Wuxian was possessing like touched his lips before leaving, or if it's because Wei Wuxian kissing him actually like sobered him up real quick, and he does remember that part, or like he remembers when he's drunk why he did it and said, and he just refuses to tell Wei Wuxian that he remembers. Like that would honestly be kind of funny, considering how Wei Wuxian loves tormenting Lan Wangji, and this is clearly tormenting him, that Lan Wangji doesn't want to tell him how he figured out it was Wei Wuxian and stuff like that, and especially also like him believing that he won't remember what happened when he's drunk. I feel like that would kind of be like a little payback, you know, for like Wei Wuxian always bullying him and bothering him and playing with him. I cannot get over the whole them playing tag with each other, and Lan Wangji basically throwing himself into Wei Wuxian's arms to be licked by him. The vein is popping out. But yeah, that's where I'm at so far. I feel like compared to the last one, I don't have that many like updates. And honestly, it's because I'm just sucked in. Like I said, I read 50 pages today. Now I have to focus on my fucking forehead again. God damn it. But yeah, I'm just sucked in and I just continue reading. I'm almost done with it already. Like, I'm speeding through this. So I feel like I don't know how many more updates I'll be giving. I don't know if this might be the last update and the next update I give is me finishing it. But I am really enjoying this one. I feel like it's a type of enjoyment where like I can't really say why I'm enjoying it. I'm just having a fucking good time. That's just it. I really enjoy I don't know why in TGCF, I'm still complaining about that. Why in TGCF MXGX insisted on having entire arcs of backstory instead of doing the same thing that she's doing here, where it's basically just like flashbacks because of like possessing someone. One, I know they were entering a flashback because that's literally what the whole possession thing and like, you know, the empathy thing does. But also they're a lot shorter, and it like explains what's currently going on and what could have led to this and what could have caused this, like something that's directly related to it that like is relevant to what's currently going on, instead of having a whole separate storyline that takes place in the past where bits and pieces are relevant to present day, to the present in the book, I mean. So I don't know why the decision of doing that in TGCF when this works perfectly fine, but apparently that's a Donmei thing according to Kenzie. At one point I'll stop complaining about it, but knowing myself, I probably won't. It's one of my grievances with TGCF, even though I still fucking love TGCF. It's one of the things where I'm like, I struggled through, especially my slow ass. But yeah, like I said, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I'm having a fucking blast. I can't wait to be fucking traumatized, because according to Kenzie, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. I'm already terrifying. I was already scared by the first couple of images in this book, because Shao Xing, I hope I'm saying that right, is dressed almost identically to Lan Wangji, like with the white robes and stuff like that. When I first saw it, which image was it? It was, I think, the next one. Especially because the douchebag Shueyang was like also looked very similarly dressed to Wei Wuxian, so I legitimately thought that it was them for the longest time until, you know, I actually got there. It was this image that terrified me. I was like, what is going on? What is wrong with Long 1G? But thank God it was not Long 1G. I still got very sad about this whole storyline. God damn it. But I'm having a good time. Like, I literally marked where I was supposed to end tomorrow, and I'm literally right there. I read well over 50 pages today. I am baffled on myself. The last time I read 50 pages in a day was in like 2020 or something. I don't remember. I used to have a reading journal where every day I would like color in about how many pages I would read in a day. Very rarely would it surpass the one where it was like 60 plus. Now obviously I'm not gonna get to 60 plus because it's past midnight now. But oh, Steph got home. Oh, bye. Okay, so I don't remember when I said the last time I was going to update, but I finished it last night. I finished it on stream. I was expecting to finish it today, but I was able to finish it yesterday. And it's, I mentioned this throughout the vlog already. It's one of those reads where it's like, I'm having a good time, but I don't have that much to say about it. Especially towards the ending of them all running away. I generally thought that, what's his face, the asshole, was going to get caught and like, you know, save the day, I guess. No, he was able to manipulate his way into people actually going to chase after Wei Wuxian and the 1G. I think also I'm interested to see before Wei Wuxian's death what had happened, because I have the feeling that Long 1G running after Wei Wuxian is kind of like in response to last time that Wei Wuxian was being persecuted, he did not like go after him, like with him, and I feel like that I still need to see. I don't have any confirmation of that, but I'm assuming that like him immediately running after Wei Wuxian without thinking all that much on it is just because last time that something similar happened, he died, and he's not about to let that happen again, which would be so sad if that's the case. But I also the fact that it's Jinling that stabbed him, because obviously that's going to be very complicated because of what apparently allegedly Wei Wuxian did before he died. But then also Jinling kind of started to like Wei Wuxian in his new body, so that would be so conflicting, like the feeling of that is so strange. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that it had to it had to go out like that. I'm currently streaming, but Steph just reminded me that I still need to update that I finished it, just so that I can immediately get started on editing as well. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be one of my shorter vlogs, just like the last vlog of TGCF, because I don't have that much to say about it. It's honestly, it was great. I had a good time. I'm enjoying the series so much. It's so much fun. I'm still not over their kiss. The way that we had to wait so long for that to be a first kiss, a first actual kiss in TGCF. Then in this one, both of these bastards are fucking drunk and then they start making out. And then they're both confused and one of them knocks himself out and the other one just is in shock. I don't know. But yeah, I give it 5 stars just because I didn't have any like grievances with it or like anything that made me go, okay, can we move on? There were a couple of times in the backstory specifically where I was kind of skimming just because it was a lot of like repeating itself on certain occasions. But other than that, I can't think of anything else that like made me go, I'm gonna remove like a percentage of my rating for this one. No, it was actually really good. I really liked it. I really loved it, and I can't wait to get started on the 3rd one, which I have. Then afterwards, I'm gonna have to go out and buy the rest of the series because I have up to book 3, which I did go and like flip through to look at the images. I'm guessing it's going to be Wei Wuxian's backstory before he died. I'm especially very scared because Lan Wonji is crying on the cover. I'm scared. But yes. But yes, I don't have any, I don't know where to put my camera just because I'm streaming right now and I don't I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, that's the end of this vlog. I don't know how long this one's going to be compared to the last one. But yeah, I don't have that much else to say. I'm not repeating myself, but I'm trying to see if I can add anything else that I was thinking of, which I don't. I think that both backstories, like I think I mentioned this before, that the way that that MXTX does backstories in MDZS compared to TGCF, I like a lot more, just because it's a lot more intentional and it like flows easily through the story. It's not just like, oh, you're flipping a page to a new chapter and all of a sudden you're in the backstory in the backstory, and you kind of have to figure out that you're in the backstory. And these are also like bits and pieces that are plot relevant to what's currently happening, compared to where we have the whole backstory and some bits and pieces are relevant to what happens before the backstory, and some bits and pieces are relevant for what happens afterwards. So it's kind of a jumbled mess. I think I've already made it like very clear that that's like one of the things that I really disliked about TGCF, but I'm really enjoying the backstories in this one, especially because they're also a lot better like formulated and like put together, and like they fit perfectly, like really well within the story within itself. So yeah, I think that's the only other comment I have to say. Yeah, that's it. This is supposed to be an outro. I'm not doing the outro part of the outro, but thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the third part of the series. I don't know how long that'll take because I'm assuming I'm gonna start it next month, hopefully. And we'll be reading it, me and stuff, while we're both in Seattle together, so there might be a clip of us together reading it, which would be really cute. I'm so excited. But yes, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. As always, all of my links and all of the important links are down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.